Hello, my name's Charles Thornton. I work at the University of Plymouth in Plymouth Business School, and I'm delighted to be talking to you about the BA Honours Business Top-Up 2-year programme, which I lead. So some themes on this 2-year programme. Give students the opportunity to develop your understanding of key factors within business. We have a broad range of business topics in the core first year modules. So we cover topics such as marketing, people management, accounting, big data. There's also a choice module. So you can choose to focus on international supply chains, international trade and international finance, or business communication for non-native speakers. There's a common level 5 core with our BA Honours International Business Management, which enables you to switch courses before the start of level 6, should you so wish. It's the opportunity to study at one of the UK's biggest universities. Students benefit from academic staff who have relevant industrial and academic experience. We also have a personal tutoring system providing pastoral care for students. So what are the entry requirements? You must have completed the equivalent of the first year of a UK undergraduate degree with a strong business or management emphasis. For a full list of acceptable qualifications, please refer to our tariff glossary. Likewise, in terms of English language qualifications, please see the university website. So the academic year at Plymouth. Your studies are split into 2 semesters. The first one starts usually the end of September after induction and moves through till January or the beginning of February. Similarly, semester 2 typically starts in February and runs until the end of May, possibly the beginning of June. Again, if you're interested in the specific dates, please do see the university website. Students will study in each semester 3 credit-bearing modules. So let's have a look at the first year. The students take 4 modules, 3 core and 1 elective. In the first semester, core module, Effective Manager, People and Marketing. So it's looking at those 2 issues. How do we manage people? How do we manage marketing? And each of these modules I'm going to talk in a bit more detail about later on in the video. You have an elective from Professional and Academic Communications, which is for non-native speakers only, International Supply Chain Management, or International Trade and International Finance. So you have a choice there. Semester 2, 2 core modules, International Business, Digital Business and Accounting, and the Challenge module. So information on those first taught year modules. Effective managers, the argument here is that they're the key to the success of an organisation, and the module itself focuses on the skills managers have in terms of management practice. How do we effectively manage people as managers, and how do we effectively manage marketing activities? It also explores the skills required for effective management practice, as well as helping students to plan, manage and evaluate their own independent learning. So there's an element there of just looking at how UK universities may be different from others and how students may want to adapt. And issues such as planning, managing time are critical aspects for managers as well. The International Business, Digital Business and Accounting module looks at each of these areas. So you'll study, for example, international business focuses on topics such as globalization and deglobalization, and linked financial aspects such as trade, as well as cultural issues. For digital business, topics include cultural, privacy and security issues, e-supply chains, Industry 4.0, business readiness, big data and digital business, and accounting will examine key issues such as assets and liabilities, profit and loss, budgeting, and the analysis of cost, volume, and profit. So in this module, it's there to improve accounting skills. Managers need to understand accounting, how the resources, financial resources are being used, what the results are, Digital business is a massive area of change. So again, it gives an insight into that as well as the broader international business context. Challenge module. This is a module where you can select from a choice of topics relating to the big challenges business and society are facing. And these might be drawn from the UN Sustainable Charter, Sustainable Development Goals, or a country's industrial strategy. Looking at the choice modules, international supply chain management. The idea is that by the end of this module, students would have developed an understanding of the issues underpinning the management of supply chains in international environments. So if we think today, many of the items that we might buy as consumers have an international aspect to it. So if we think about it, the iron may have been mined in a particular country, might have been made into steel there, or another country could be made into something in a third country, and these could equally well be continents, and then moved on perhaps to a fourth country or continent for sale. So it's how do all those work? And there's been quite a heavy focus, to my mind, on supply chains through the current COVID issues that we have at the moment. So it's understanding how they work. How do we link businesses together to be effective in that way? So that the supply chain works to give customers a strong end product. The international trade and international finance module looks at trade theories, how they fit with modern trading patterns, looks at drivers, so what's changing the international financial markets, and also examines how we can use economic analysis to impact on business level decisions in terms of the areas of international trade and international finance. Professional academic communication is designed to help students develop and refine their ability to use the English language effectively in a professional academic context. So very much aiming there, at focusing on improving English. There is an optional placement year. So that takes place between the first year of teaching and the second year of teaching. So students can decide whether they wish to undertake a placement year or continue straight on to their final year. We do provide some support in terms of giving students advice in seeking a placement and then support through the placement itself. So if we now have a look at the structure in the second year, students take 5 modules, 4 core and 1 elective. Semester 1, the core modules are contemporary human resource management, which is 20 credits, and managing change, which likewise is 20 credits. Semester 2 was a 40 credit module, which carries on into semester 3, which is strategy and business improvement. Semester 2, we have core modules in enterprise, innovation and creativity, and you have a choice between either public relations in the digital era or experiential practice. So if we look at module information, contemporary human resource management. So here students look at a range of resource practices, so they understand what they are, review them, which together form effective human resource management. Understanding the reasons for different organizational approaches, so why organizations may do things differently, and understand the role of change in human resources, so how those two sort of fit together given the dynamic business environment. So it gives you some key knowledge in the area of human resource management. Strategy and business improvement starts with the broad issue of strategic analysis. So how do we understand what the business is good at, its strengths and weaknesses? How do we understand the opportunities there in the external environment, including competitors, but also the threats that come from them? We then move through on that and use that knowledge to formulate a range of possible strategies. we evaluate which one or ones we think a business should be examining and implementing, and then we improve businesses. So the second half of this is how do we improve business, looking at Kaizen, lean and quality management, for example. So this module starts at the strategic level and moves down to the day-to-day level in terms of establishing strategy, but also improving a business. So the skills that should be acquired is effective formulation and implementation of relevant strategies, selection and application of appropriate business improvement approaches to given managerial problems. So not only, but also outlining possible solutions to those problems. So it's knowing which to pick and how to apply them. The module also includes academic skills to help students in their UK studies. Some more module information, managing change. So here we're looking at the importance of change management and how it can be achieved and sustained. So how is change actually achieved, and then how do we aim to sustain it rather than perhaps move back to where we were to some extent. Students examine how change affects organisations and the individuals who work with them. So it's not only the organisational aspect of change, but also the individual aspect. They also evaluate how change can be analysed and implemented, considering the interaction that there is. So between strategies, so how do we analyse, how do we actually get it working? When we've got the business strategy, we've got various policies we need to work with, we've got human resources we need to be aware of, and the broader individual environment. So it's giving this insight into managing change. Enterprise innovation and creativity. The module examines the creative processes. So how do we how do we become creative so that we can develop innovative and viable business concepts? So there's the creativity that then leads to the innovation, and those concepts then have to be viable in the sense that they're credible to pitch for resources from potential stakeholders, perhaps finance. So topics students study include innovation, creativity, enterprise, and entrepreneurialism. Now moving on to the choice that you have, which is students have, which is public relations in the digital era and experiential practice. So public relations in the digital era explains what PR is, public relations, and how marketeers can use it in the digital era. So for example, students work to create public relations and media relations plans, and areas this can cover can include things such as marketing PR, corporate PR, issues and crisis management, ethics and social responsibility, lobbying and public affairs, media relations, online and social media communication, internal and international communications. The experiential practice module provides students with the opportunity to reflect on both practical experience as well as developing their own capabilities and profile. So very much looking at things that students might do, particularly in terms of life after finishing on the programme. Further study. Students will also have the chance to progress onto a University of Plymouth postgraduate programme. So there's a range of postgraduate programmes available. Again, more details on the website. Study skills support and other activities. So there's a range of study skills support beyond what I've detailed, and it includes English language support and academic skills. Both of those are delivered by specialist tutors. There's also provision to enhance student employability, and the Students' Union provides a range of student activities run by students, including sports clubs and other activities. Finally, thank you for listening. If you've got any questions on the programme, that's my email. There's also information on the university website. Thank you.